The champagne flute trembled, but not because my hand was weak. It was restraint. Her laughter echoed through the banquet hall, soft at first, then growing, infectious, cruel. "My dear friends," she announced, eyes glittering beneath chandeliers worth more than most people's homes, "I'm finally free of him." Applause followed. A few nervous, unsure claps. A few eyes darted toward me, waiting to see if I'd flinch. I didn't. I smiled. Slowly, deliberately. "Indeed," I said, letting the syllables slide through the air like a knife through silk. The laughter faltered for a heartbeat. Just one. But I saw it. The faint fracture in her mask. That was all I needed. In that instant, I knew she thought she had won, and that was her mistake. It hadn't started here. It started months ago, quietly, like rot under polished wood. The late nights, the secret smiles over her phone, the scent of someone else's cologne faintly clinging to her designer dress. I used to dismiss them, rich people's habits, I told myself. She entertained clients, after all. But love has a peculiar way of blinding even the most rational man. Until one night, as she showered, her phone lit up beside the bed. A name flashed on the screen. Marcus, her boss. A message followed. "Can't wait for tonight, my love." My love, not yours. The world stilled. I remember sitting there, breathing too evenly, heart refusing to race. Because rage was useless. Emotion, a luxury. Instead, I read. Every message, every image, every lie wrapped in endearments. And then, I smiled. Because for the first time in years, I saw clearly. The next weeks were quiet, deliberately so. I made no accusations, no scenes, no shattered glass. I continued to attend charity events with her, held her hand, kissed her cheek when the cameras flashed. The perfect husband, the obedient fool. But beneath that calm, I was at work. Phone records, GPS logs, a discreet private investigator with no morals but impeccable discretion. Financial audits tracing her secret accounts, funds diverted quietly from our assets. And the prenup she mocked years ago, the one she said was just paperwork. I reviewed it line by line, every clause, every protection, every mistake she had made in her arrogance. When I met with my lawyer, I didn't need to speak. He looked at the documents, then at me, and whispered, "You'll take everything." I simply nodded. At night, she still came home late, reeking of guilt and luxury perfume. I'd sit by the fire, reading, sipping whiskey, pretending to be asleep when she slipped into bed. She thought I was losing. She had no idea I was waiting for her to finish building her own gallows. The day she served me divorce papers, she was radiant. She'd chosen a red dress, bold, triumphant. "Let's end this with dignity," she said. "Of course," I replied. "You deserve that much." She didn't notice the quiet emphasis on you. I waited a week before the truth came full circle. My lawyer called her in for a settlement meeting. I watched her arrive, smiling, careless, already spending her imagined freedom in her mind. Then she saw the documents. The prenup clause, the asset distribution. 85% of everything, the houses, the cars, the accounts, even the villa in Switzerland, signed to me. Her smile froze. What is this?" she stammered. I met her eyes for the first time in months. "The contract you signed when you thought you'd never leave," I said softly. "You wanted a husband to make you look respectable. You forgot to read the fine print." Her hand trembled. The lawyer cleared his throat awkwardly. She looked at me, disbelieving, desperate. "You can't." "I already did." Silence, the kind that suffocates. A week later, she called. 71 times. I didn't answer. The 72nd call came from a different number. Her voice was smaller, humbler. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I made a mistake. I was confused." "Indeed," I said. "Please, can we talk? Maybe we can start over?" "No," I replied. "You already started over, with him. You can stay there." She exhaled shakily. "At least let me see the villa. I just want to talk in person." I sent her photos instead. The marble terrace, the view over Lake Geneva, the table set for one. An hour later another message came. Not words, just an image, her face, streaked with tears. I looked at it for a long time, then deleted it. She had humiliated me in front of her friends, announced her victory before the war was over. And now she understood, too late, that the war had never been hers to win. Tonight, the villa is quiet, fire crackling, wine half finished. Somewhere, her laughter still echoes in memory, sharp, cruel, triumphant. But memory fades. The silence feels honest. I used to think revenge would bring satisfaction. It doesn't. It brings clarity, a stillness that settles in once the noise dies. She thought wealth defined her power. She never realized power was the ability to walk away unshaken. My phone lights up again, her name, again. I let it ring until it stops. Then I step outside. The lake below reflects the moon, cold and perfect. Freedom doesn't need to be announced, it just needs to be felt. I close the door behind me, the sound soft, final. And for the first time in years, I don't smile for anyone.